Hi, and welcome to Perpetual Fitness Training. My name is Holly. Thank you for joining me today. We have a yoga session for you. This is going to be more of our traditional flow or Vinyasa yoga style. So go ahead and grab a mat. I have a block and a strap as well for some of the static poses that we'll be doing. And let's go ahead and get that nice quiet music started for you. Some aromatherapy, whatever you like to relax, maybe dim the lights. And let's go ahead and get this hour yoga session underway. All right, welcome back. We're going to begin at the very front of our mat. We're going to stand in mountain pose. If you need a block, make sure you have that nearby for any time that we come into a forward fold position, that it extends the reach of those hands. I will be doing this without the aid of a block, but just know that that is available to you if you need that modification. All right, starting at the front. Our feet are hip width apart. We have a tiny bend to the knee. Just think enough to let blood flow. I want you to tuck that tailbone, pull that belly in nice and tight. Roll the shoulders up, back, and down as you lift the heart up. Pull those shoulder blades together to open through the chest, taking those palms forward or toward the body. Go ahead and close those eyes. Bring space between your chin and chest. And let's begin focusing on the breath. Pulling air in through the nose. Slowly exhaling through the nose. With every inhale, I want you to really fill up the belly and the chest. Feel that air enter the lungs, and then exhale using the belly. Push that air out. Use that diaphragm to help get all of the stale air out from the bottom of the lung. One more time, big, deep inhale. This time as you exhale, really think about relaxing the shoulders. Now for your breathing pattern, just go back to a regular breath, but be aware, pulling the air in, exhaling that air out. Now let's relax the muscles through the forehead, release the tension around the eyes, relax the jaw. Continue to release any tension through those shoulders, lifting that heart up. Big inhale. On this exhale, we're going to draw the chin into the chest, feeling the stretch through the back of the neck. Keep that breath flowing. Deep inhale. On this exhale, we're going to slowly roll your right ear to your right shoulder. And I just want you to hold where you feel the pull. Dropping that left shoulder down, feeling the stretch through the upper shoulder area into the neck. Big inhale. As we exhale, we're coming back to the center. Hold in the center, lifting the heart, pressing that chin in. Soft knees. And chin to chest, we're going to slowly roll it to that other side and hold, dropping the opposite shoulder down. And let's go ahead and bring that chin back to the center, bring that head up, nice and easy. Inhale. As we exhale, we're taking the right ear to the right shoulder, moving laterally. Hold. Relaxing the muscles around the eyes. Big inhale. Exhale, lifting that head up. Exhale, moving to the left side, dropping that right shoulder down. Big inhale. Exhale, coming back to the center with an exhale. Opening those eyes, take a nice big inhale, arms come all the way up. I want you to round and slowly come down, moving into forward fold. Reaching for those toes, let the crown of the head drop to the floor so you're looking at your thighs or your knees. If you cannot reach the floor, your hands are on a block. If you do not have a block, your hands are to your body. Please avoid your knee joint. Your hand should never be placed on that knee. just here on the shin or maybe up to the thigh. Let's go ahead and take a big step back with that right foot, moving into runner's lunge. Let those hips drop, tummy tight, shoulders relax. We're going to inhale and lift those hips up, trying to straighten this front leg, but don't worry if you can't, or if you can't, just do the best that you can. Round your back. Exhale, lower, shoulders relax. Inhale up and lift. Again, rounding through the back, maybe taking those hands to a block. Exhale, lower. Flatten your back here, drop the hips. One last time, inhale up, warming up through the hamstrings and the hips. And exhale, lower, hold. We're going to drop that right knee, drag that left foot back. Tabletop, I want you to get set here. Wrists underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. Curl those toes, hips up, downward dog. Shoulder blades away from the ears. Let's go ahead and move into the tippy toes, stretching out through the arches. Exhale, press your heels, stretching out the calves. Inhale, up. Exhale, press. One last time, inhale, up. Exhale, press. Let's go ahead and take that right foot back, reaching back. Both hip bones point to the floor. I want you to separate those toes and stretch out through that foot. You are still pressing your chest toward that left thigh. Now let's go ahead and take this right foot in between those hands, moving into runner's lunge or modified. Drop those hips, hold here, shoulders relax. If you want to go a little deeper, you take that belly to the inside of that thigh. Maybe both hands can be to the inside if that's more comfortable for you. Pushing off with that back foot, let's go ahead and move back into forward fold. Keeping that tummy tight, I want you to bend your knees and just slowly rolling up. You can place your hands on your thighs, especially if you have any low back injuries, just to help your back out. Roll those shoulders up, back and down. Same thing, left side, big inhale. Reaching those hands, reach for the ceiling and then round your back as you slowly come into forward fold. Holding here. Gaze should be on those thighs so the crown of the head is pointed toward the floor. Just sink a little deeper, trying to bring your chest a little closer to those legs. Now let's go ahead and step back with the left. Let the hips drop, shoulders relax. Holding here. Remember that belly can go to the inside to get a little deeper. And now we're straightening that front right leg as you round. Just get up as high as you can. Exhale, lower. Flat back. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. All right, for this last time, just come up as high as you can, round. And exhale, lower and hold. This time we're going to drag this right foot back. We're going to come into a plank position. Big inhale. Exhale, hips up. Let's take it into downward dog. Pressing those heels, pressing that chest in toward those thighs. Shoulders are relaxed. Walking the dog, let's press the right heel, bend the left knee, big inhale. As you exhale, switch. Inhale moves you back to the right. Exhale, left. Inhale, right. Exhale, left. Pressing both heels down, press that chest in, take those shoulders away from the ears. And let's go ahead, bring those feet together, reaching back with that left. Separate those toes, both hip bones point to the floor. The right heel's trying to touch the mat. Now let's go ahead and bring this left foot forward in between those hands. Runner's lunge, drop the hips, shoulders relaxed, tummies tight. Now I want you to press up, coming into forward fold. Hips up, head drops. Take those hands, grab the opposite elbows. Let that head just drop, relax. Loosening a little bit more into that neck, chin to chest, head all the way back. It's an exaggerated nod of the head. One more time through. Coming back to the center, we're going to go chin to shoulder, side to side. And one more time, and hold. Excuse me. Go ahead and release those hands toward the floor. And now I want you just to slowly start to sway side to side. So if your hands are just barely off the floor, you're going to create this figure 8 pattern with those hands. If your hands are on the body, you're just taking those shoulders and shimmying them side to side, nice and slow. Now I want you to see if you can make it a little bigger. I want you to keep those hip bones forward. Nice and relaxed through that upper body. So you're warming up through the low back and hip area. Maybe you can take it just a little bit further, reaching more to the side as you come across. And now I want you to take it to the right, and I want you to hold it here. Now you can use a block here if you need to. You want to reach as far as you can to the right. Now take those hip bones and point them forward. Let the head drop and just hold here. Breathe. Nice big inhales and then a long exhale. One more time, big inhale. Long exhale. Now we're going to slowly move to the other side as we inhale. Hip bones forward, exhale. Let that head relax. Big inhale. Exhale. One more time, inhale. Exhale, come to the center. Let that head drop. Now go ahead and bend those knees. Let those knuckles drag, tummy tight, and just slowly roll up. Again, hands to the thighs if you need it. At the top, let's just go ahead and roll those shoulders up, back, and down. All right, making sure you're at the very front of your mat. Coming into that mountain pose. Feet hip width, little tiny bend. Tuck your tailbone, belly in nice and tight. Roll those shoulders up, back, and down. Palms forward, space between your chin and chest, closing those eyes, focusing on your breath. And as you're breathing, I want you to think about relaxing the muscles through your face. We hold a lot of tension in our face, sometimes without realizing it. So release the jaw, relax through the forehead and temple, and release any tension or expression around the eyes. All right, let's go ahead and build some heat in the body. Take a nice big inhale, arms reach up. As you exhale, you're going to swan dive coming down into forward fold. We're going to come up halfway, flat back looking forward. Exhale all the way down. Stepping back with that right foot, runner's lunge. Let the hips drop, tummy's tight. And let's go ahead and come into a plank. Nice big inhale. Now you can do this full or modify knees down. Exhale, slowly bring that chest down. Inhale, up dog or cobra. The shoulders roll down, tummy is nice and tight. And let's go ahead and take it back, moving into downward dog. Feet together, reaching that right foot back. Both hip bones point to the floor. You can stay here, open up the hips, and reach that right leg toward the ceiling, letting that left heel fall and pressing your chest and shoulder blades away. Let's go ahead and sweep this foot forward, coming into runner's lunge. Drop the hips, tummy's tight, hands come back. I want you to lift your heart first, and then those arms. Coming up into crescent, shoulder blades down. I want you to pull back on that right hip, push that left hip forward, and hold. Making sure that you're coming directly out of that hip, so you're not leaning forward, looking down. I want you to lean back into that back leg and just look out in front of you. Hands to the heart. Take it all the way down, pushing off with that back foot. Forward fold, hips up, crown drops. Inhale, reverse swan dive up. Exhale to your heart, shoulders relax. Same thing, left side, big inhale, reach. Reaching out, swan dive, forward fold. Coming up halfway, flat back, looking forward. Exhale all the way down. Stepping back with that left. Hips drop, good runner's lunge, shoulders relax. Coming back into your plank, big inhale. As you exhale, elbows graze the ribs as you slowly bring your chest down. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Shoulders down, pressing the hips, top of the feet into the mat. Now when you're ready to take it back, downward dog. Nice wide fingers pressing the palms into the mat, feet together, reaching back with that left. Staying here, open up the hips. Make sure those toes are being separated. Let that right heel fall. Press your chest and shoulder blades away. Let's go ahead and sweep that foot forward, coming into runner's lunge. Releasing the hands, tummy tight, chest, and then arms. Holding up into this crescent position. Hold. Now, if you need to modify, all you're going to do is drop this knee down, pressing those hips forward. So we're not staying back in the hips. You're sinking down till you feel this hip flexor stretch. Let's go ahead and take those hands to the heart. Take it all the way to the floor. Pushing off with that back foot. Moving into forward fold. Belly's nice and tight. Inhale, reverse swan dive up. Exhale to the heart. All right, we're going to take it up just a little bit. Big inhale, reaching out. Reaching out, swan dive, forward fold. Coming up halfway, flat back, looking forward. Hands on the floor or on your shins. Exhale, forward fold. Big step back with that right. Hips drop, runner's lunge. Hold for just a moment. As we come back into plank, full or modified. Big inhale. Exhale, leading with the heart. Inhale, up dog or cobra, shoulders down, lifting that heart if you're an up dog. Knees off the mat. When you're ready, take it back, downward dog. Pressing the heels, getting that tailbone up, feet together, reaching back with the right. Open. Maybe you want to take that heel in, pointing that knee up. Breathe into those ribs. Let's go ahead and take this foot forward. Coming into runner's lunge. Sink down, hands back. We're going to move into crescent. Lift the heart and then the hands, shoulder blades down. Leaning back. Making sure you're pulling back on the right hip. You're pushing that left hip forward. Hold. Now we're going to do a foot switch. Hands come to the heart. You can step or jump, switching the foot in front. Coming back up, chest, and then the arms, shoulders down. Hold, leaning back. Hands to your heart, take it all the way down, pushing off with that back foot, forward fold. Hips up, head comes down. Inhale, reverse swan dive up. Exhale to your heart. Same thing, left side, big inhale. Reaching out, swan dive. Coming up halfway. All the way down. Stepping back left. Hips drop. Moving into plank. Inhale. Exhale down. Inhale up. Shoulder blades down. Exhale, take it back, downward dog. Feet together, reaching back, left, open. Maybe heel to the glute. Point that knee up, press your chest in. You should be feeling the rib cage. Take the shoulder blades away from the ears. Breathe. And let's go ahead and take this left foot forward. Sink down, hands back, steady. Heart, and then your arms when you're ready. Shoulders down and hold. Leaning back. Hands to your heart. Take your hands down. Step or jump, foot switch. All the way back up. Chest and then your arms. If you break it down, it's a little easier on that low back. Hands to your heart. All the way down. Pushing off with that back foot. Forward fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive up. Exhale to your heart, shoulders down. Back to that right side, big inhale, taking it a little further. Exhale, swan dive, forward fold. Coming up halfway, take it down. Stepping back with that right, hips drop. Coming into plank. Big inhale, exhale, elbows tight. Inhale, up, hold as long as you can, shoulders down. When you're ready, take it back, downward dog. Shoulder blades away, feet together, reaching back right. Open, heel in. Last one, if you'd like to, it's a little twist. You're just going to continue with the right foot, taking it to the left side until you feel the upper rib cage get a stretch. I want you to hold there. Try to be balanced on those hands. And let's go ahead and take that right foot forward, sinking down, hands back. Abs tight, lift the heart, then the arms. Crescent, shoulder blades down. Pull together, you're leaning back. Space between your chin and chest. All right, hands to the heart. We're going to do this foot switch twice if you can. Here we go. Switch, chest, arms, shoulders down, leaning back. And again, hand to your heart. Switch. Other leg is in front, so it should be your right leg in front. Hands to your heart, all the way down, pushing off, forward fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive up. Exhale to your heart. Last time, big inhale, reach. Reaching out, swan dive. Halfway up. Take it all the way down. Stepping back with that left. Hips drop. Finding your way into your plank. Maybe you're just holding plank. Maybe you're doing a flow with me. Big inhale. Exhale, coming down, elbows tight. Hover. Inhale. Up dog or cobra, shoulders down. If you're an up dog like I am, knees off the floor. When you're ready, take it back. Downward dog. Shoulder blades away, feet together, reaching back, left. Maybe open, heel in. Point that knee up or continue to drop it to that right side. Feeling that left upper rib cage get a stretch. Breathe deeply. Let's go ahead and take this left foot forward, coming into that runner's lunge position. Get set, hands back, chest, and then your arms, shoulder blades down. Leaning back, sink back into that right heel so you don't want to be forward on the toes. Press back into the heel. Foot switch, here we go. Step or jump. Hands back, chest, arms. Again, big inhale. Exhale down. Switch. Come on up, crescent. Shoulder blades down. So remember, you can be right here. Hands to your heart, take it all the way down, pushing off, forward fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive up. And exhale to your heart. And release. All right, grab a drink of water if you need to. Readjust. Always have to readjust my tights. Okay, now, another prop that you can have is a strap. So this particular one, I have hair that's getting in my way and tickling my face, is a yoga strap. I prefer products from Hugger Mugger. They're just a higher quality, they're just a better product, but they are more expensive. So if that doesn't work for you, you can do the things that you can find like at Target. Also, you can use like a belt strap. So from your robe or even a belt itself will work as well. You won't necessarily be able to do the little loop, but that's okay. You can get away with not having that necessarily. It does make it a little bit easier, but it's not a requirement. So please feel free to use things that you have around your home. All right, so we are going to start just by putting this to the side. This is going to come in handy in just a minute. So I want to open up through the hamstring just a little bit. Before we do our standing hamstring pose, it's also a balance pose. So starting at the front of the mat, mountain pose, feet hip width, gentle with the knees, just to let blood flow. We don't want them locked. We don't want them exaggerated. Just let blood flow. Tuck that tailbone, keep that tummy in tight. Lift your heart, roll your shoulders up, back and down. Pull those blades together so you lift the heart. Palms forward, space between that chin and chest. Relax the shoulders and bring your focus back to the breath. Big inhale. Exhale, relax the shoulders. Big inhale. Exhale, relax the forehead and the muscles around the eyes. One more time. Inhale. Exhale, relax the jaw, relax the shoulders. Take a nice big inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, I want you to swan dive coming into forward fold. We're gonna hold here for just a moment. You should feel the release through the low back, the crown of the head points to the floor. Tummy is nice and tight. You're taking that pelvis and you're taking the tailbone toward the ceiling. It's a little tiny move that will make all the difference in the world to how the stretch feels. So if it's too much for you, then you take the hands up the body or you use a block. What I don't want you to do is change the position of that pelvis in order to touch the floor. Touching the floor is not what matters. It's getting that stretch through those hamstrings. So do what you need to do to feel the stretch, not to touch the floor. Bring the chest closer to those thighs and hold. We're going to step back with that right foot. Coming into runner's lunge. We're going to take this back foot and turn it on its side. And we're going to line up the heel and the arch of the foot so that they're standing on the same line. You're going to take those hands either to the thigh to come up or hands back. You're going to lift the heart before you bring those arms up. Coming up into warrior one. Taking your hands to your heart, we're going to open into warrior two. So we're moving to the right. That tailbone gets tucked under. You're pressing this left knee open and you're sinking down, making sure the knee and ankle stay stacked. Arms come out to the side. You're lifting the heart. You're dropping the shoulders down and pulling those blades together, looking over the front middle fingers. Make sure you're still pressing this front knee open. It's a real difference of feel to just let it come in as opposed to pressing it open. Now we're going to straighten up this front leg. We're going to reach the arms out. And we're just going to cartwheel those arms coming down. Now this is where you can use a block. You can place your hand on your body, or if you can make it to the floor. I don't want you to let this right shoulder drop. You're pulling back on the right shoulder, trying to take that arm straight up toward the ceiling. It can be at your hip, especially if you're having problems with this rotation. You can place the hand on the hip to work on that rotation. You're dropping the left, pulling back with the right, feeling the stretch through the hamstring, inner thigh. It can be back. A lot of places you can feel this. If you want a little more balance challenge, you take your gaze up to the ceiling. If you want less, you take your gaze to the floor. Now we're going to rotate. So now we're going to go ahead and take this right hand down to the floor. And right here, you can just readjust. Maybe your feet have gotten a little far apart. You want to be able to pull back on that left hip like you're about to drag this left leg back. You'll feel a really intense stretch right here. I want you to hold it just for a moment. And if you can, try not to round your back. Really think about pushing your chest, relaxing those shoulders, even if it means you come up a little higher, to get that back as flat as you can. Tummy's tight. Every day will be different, so listen to your body today. Now you can stay right here, or if you'd like to do a closed twist, if you have a block, these are notoriously difficult, so sometimes moving to a block will be helpful. You can place the block to the inside of that left foot. You can take your hand to the body of that left leg, or you can take the block or the hand to the pinky toe side of that left leg. Making sure that left knee is straight, not locked, but straight. We're going to take the left hand to the hip. If this is enough, stay right here. If you want to go a little further, you're going to drop that right shoulder and we're going to pull back on that left shoulder and gaze to the side. If you're good here, stay here. If you can go a little further, see if you can pull that left shoulder all the way back and then get that arm in there. Watching this front knee doesn't bend. Remember, it's not about getting to the full expression of the pose. It's about feeling the stretch. So go where you can. Pull that tummy in and twist through the core. Now coming back down, we can bend that front knee now. You're going to come into runner's lunge. So turning that back foot, push off, forward fold, hold here. Releasing that stretch. All right, we have two sides. We need to do it again. Let's go ahead and step back left this time. Sink the hips. All right, you're going to take that back foot, turn it on its side, lining up the heel and the arch. Hands come back. You're going to lift that heart and then the arms. So we're just going to move into this warrior one position, shoulders down. Hands to your heart. We are moving to the left, releasing the arms. You're going to tuck that tailbone under, pulling that tummy tight, sinking into that front knee, pressing that right knee open. Knee and ankle stay stacked as you sink and hold. Lift that heart, drop the shoulder blades, and then squeeze them together. Let's go ahead and straighten up that front leg. Reaching the arm as far out as you can. You'll feel the pull in through that hamstring. And then you're just going to cartwheel those arms gently down. Either stopping at the shin, the block, or the floor. Pulling back on that left shoulder, taking the gaze to the ceiling if you can, to the side, or to the floor. Whatever works for you. Try to relax through the shoulders. Breathe. Now tummy nice and tight. We're going to go ahead and drop this left hand to the floor. As we do that, we're pulling back on this right hip, readjusting the legs if we need to. Holding here, shoulder blades down. You're pulling back here. Maybe we have to be up here. Maybe you need that block. Feeling that intense stretch. Oh, right here. And then remember our back. We're trying to push that chest out. Shoulders relax. All right, now we're going to go ahead and twist to the other side. So this is called a closed twist because our body is coming toward a leg instead of opening away from the leg. So these are a little more difficult. Use that block if you need to. It can be in the side by the big toe. You can have this left hand on the shin, or you can have the left hand on the floor or the block by the pinky toe. Take that right hand to the hip. Maybe you're good right here. Remember, each side is different, so this may work for you today. If not, let's go ahead and drop that left shoulder and then start to open it. So this one is much different on this side for me. So I'm going to stop here. As you can see, I can't get the shoulder around. It's just not happening today. I can do it if I bend that knee, but that's not the point. The point is to stretch out all along here and work through that range of motion. So I'm going to hold here. But if you can extend that arm and just take it up toward the ceiling, shoulders relaxed. Breathe through it. Try to release through the tight muscles that you're feeling. Try to breathe through them. Try to always be drawing this right shoulder back. All right, let's go ahead and take it back to the center. I want you to bend that knee. Rotate so you're in runner's lunge. Push off. Ooh, forward fold. Goodness. You can just kind of shake the leg out if that makes it feel better. Coming back into that forward fold. Let the crown drop. I want you to shake your head out. One more big inhale. Exhale. Let's go ahead and jog the knee. So I want you to bend the right knee first, straightening into the left leg. So you put all the weight into that left leg. Keep your head dropped. Big inhale. Exhale, switch. Inhale. Exhale, switch. Let that chest just keep creeping closer to those thighs. Big inhale. Last time, exhale, switch and hold. And exhale, both legs straight. All right, we're going to move into something called gorilla pose. This is one that does require you to be able to touch the floor to a point. So you're going to do what you can, but let me just show you how to do it, and then I'll show you the modifications for gorilla. You're going to bend your knees, and you're going to take your hands all the way into your feet. So I think the first mistake I see is people really only take their feet up kind of that first crest of the palm, but I want you to get that hand all the way under so that the toes come all the way to the wrist. Your fingertips should be touching somewhere around the arch or near the heel if you have really long hands, long fingers. And I want you just to step those toes up to the wrists. Now you're in this bent knee position, and all you're going to do is start to straighten those legs. You may not get straight. You may stay bent, and that's okay because that is stretching out your back, right? This is for your back and your hamstrings. So just do the best you can. If none of this works, I want you just to come into a forward fold and hold just as deeply as you can. Try to relax the neck. Try to balance the weight toward the toes on the feet and get that wrist stretch. Hold here. Breathe. I love this stretch. It's such a great stretch through the spine, through the back, right underneath those shoulder blades. Give me some deep breathing. Open up through that chest. Stretch the back muscles. One more time, big inhale. And an exhale. And release it. All right, coming back into forward fold. We're going to step back with that right. Take that knee down, step back with the left. So now you're coming into a tabletop. I want to work a little bit in through our range of motion of our spine. So we're just going to do some cat and cow. I want you to drop your belly, look up. This is a big inhale. Tummy tight, tucking around. Push the spine up to the ceiling. Inhale, drop your belly, look up. You're trying to get your belly button to point to the floor and around. Mad cat, like a black Halloween cat. One more time. Inhale, drop. Exhale, tucking around. And coming back to the center. We're going to go ahead and take it down onto the floor, onto our glutes. So however you would like to do that, I like to cross my ankles behind and just go ahead and have a seat. So the first position we're going to do in a seated position is staff. Staff can be used with a strap. Even if you can reach down and touch your toes, sometimes what you're actually doing is stretching through the spine more than the hamstrings because your goal is to touch the toes. If you use a strap, it can help you to get a better stretch through the hamstrings because you're not focused solely on touching those toes and thinking you're done. Now, if you have good flexibility and you want a little bit more of a challenge, you stick a block on the end of the feet so that when you lay out, you have something that you can reach for and kind of help to give yourself a little more range of motion. So today I'm going to be showing this with the strap just to kind of help out if you want to know how to use the strap. So I want you to sit up nice and tall. Your legs are straight out of those hips. The toes are up. You're flexing the feet. If you cannot maintain a nice flat back in this position, if this is you, hands behind your back. Lift your heart, shoulders down, and you're just going to do it from this position here, using those hands to help push your chest and a nice flat back towards your thighs, right? If you can sit in this great position, that's when then you go ahead and work forward. So grabbing a hold of your strap, big inhale. On the exhale, shoulders down, lead with your heart. And you're trying to get your heart and your belly to touch your thighs. So if you need to, just keep walking those hands down, keep the shoulders relaxed. So even though you're using the strength in your arms, I don't want you to tighten up through the shoulders. You can drop your head anytime you like or keep it pointed at the toes, whichever you like best. And just keep dropping that chest. Hold where you feel the pull. So if the pull is here, this is where you're holding. Trying to get the hamstrings to release, to relax a little bit so that you can drop a little further. Now, maybe it's not your hamstrings that are tight. A lot of times in this position, what's actually stopping me from going further is my low back. My low back can get really, really tight. So just be aware. Don't be mad at your hamstrings. It may not necessarily be your hamstrings that are preventing you. The idea is that where you feel the pull, I want you to bring your breath. You're breathing inhale. And then you're exhaling and trying to visualize that muscle relaxing, not fighting the stretch, releasing, getting a little longer. If it releases, you walk just a little deeper down and slowly coming up, nice and easy. Now we're going to do that one at a time. So this time I'll demonstrate without the strap, but feel free to use the strap again. I'm taking my left foot into the thigh, same position with that right, that toe is up. Foot is flexed. This time I'm going to take my chest to point at that outstretched leg. Nice flat back. You're going to slowly walk it down. And again, not tightening through the shoulders. We're nice and relaxed. Maybe you need to take the palms up. You can also use a block to relax the head on if that helps you to release the tension and not hold any tension whatsoever. Really kind of think about pulling back on that right hip and just allow your chest to get as low as you can. You can let that head drop. You can hold on to the foot if you like, as long as you're not tightening up through the shoulders. Just bring that chest as close as you can. Breathe. Relaxing the muscles around the eye. Releasing your jaw. One more time, big inhale. Exhale, slowly coming up. So on that one, I'm really not feeling my hamstring. I really feel that in my low back. That's really where I'm feeling that in the switch. But when I do this leg, I will feel it in my hamstring and not at all in my back. So just be aware, every side is different. Pull back on that left hip, tummy tight, facing those toes, walking the hands out, gently bringing that chest down. You can use the leg if you'd like. You can have that strap. Maybe you can use the foot, but you're nice and relaxed. Let that head drop. Close your eyes and just focus on your breath, pushing that chest out. If you can come a little deeper, just sink a little bit, just a millimeter. Relax the tension around the eyes. Big inhale. And exhale, and just slowly come up. So you'll probably notice that one leg was tighter than another, or like my back is tighter here, but my hamstring is tighter on this side. Just be aware so that you know those limitations and you know where you need to work when you're in these positions. Sitting up nice and tall, we're going to do this IT band stretch. So what I want you to do is go ahead and just take the right foot on the outside of the left leg. If you have a strap, I'm going to demonstrate the strap with this first one. You're just going to loop it around the toe if you have the loop. If not, you'll just place it around the foot. If you are not using the strap, you are going to take the left hand and grab the pinky toe side so it comes across like this. Okay? All right, so for the strap, we're going to take the strap into the left hand. You're going to extend that leg. I want you to sweep that arm behind you, and then this might be enough, right? You're up tall, you're twisting through the core, reaching out the arm. I want you to start to pull that leg up and out and into the body. It'll come out eventually. I'll know what I'm trying to say. So that you're bringing it across the body, but you're not rounding. This is the first thing I think I see with my clients in most classes. Lift that heart, pull that leg across and hold. So if you're tight in the hamstring, you're going to feel it here. If that IT band is tight, you'll feel it here. So I kind of feel it right here. This is where I tend to be really tight through that IT band. And coming back to the center, let's go ahead and switch sides. We're just going to take this leg across. Just makes it easier for us. I'm going to go ahead and show you with my hand. I'm going to take my right hand and I'm going to grab the pinky toes of the left. I'm going to extend that leg out, sit up nice and tall, sweep that left arm, tummy tight, hold. Shoulder blades down. Think about wringing out your core, working through that range of motion. And release and come back to the center. Go ahead and place both feet on the mat. I want you to hold on to the shins. You're going to come up nice and tall. Big inhale. As you exhale, hold on and round and just lean back. Inhale up. Exhale, tuck and round. Inhale up. exhale, tucking around. Just working on that spine mobility. You're going to want it for this next pose. Let's go ahead and take it up nice and tall. All right, so we're going to work on what's called a Heron Pose, and we're going to do it slightly modified. So we're going to go ahead and take this left foot underneath the right, and I want the knee to come directly out of the hip. So I don't want it open to the side. The knee is coming directly out of the hip. You are going to either use a strap or the basket. So you're going to take a basket underneath your foot, right in the arch. You're going to come up tall, shoulders down, spine straight, and you're just going to pull that knee into the shoulder. So with a strap, it's going to be right here, and you're just pulling that knee into the shoulder. Up nice and tall, shoulders down, tummy tight. You can kind of take it off to the side to just get a little more range of motion. And I just want you to hold here, keeping that belly in. And go ahead and release it down. So one of the things you're going to probably start to notice is the muscles in the back, right? You think this is going to be something in a different place, but it ends up being that these muscles in your back fatigue, because I really want you to focus on that posture. We want that nice straight spine, working on the strength to keep our spine straight as we age, especially in this day and age where we tend to round so much. So keeping that back nice and flat. And so as we move through these different positions, I want you to stop where you need to, okay? So if you can't get past that first one, then I want you to stay here. So let's go ahead and bring it up again, shoulders down. So if you can stay here, great. This is still doing work. If you want to try to go a little further, I want you to push it and just come out with that leg. So if you have a strap, you're just releasing it and letting it come a little bit further. If you have that basket grip, you're going to go ahead and just walk the palms down. So it's still a basket grip. It's just now on a different place on that leg. But we're not rounding. We're still sitting up tall, pushing that chest, shoulders down. It's okay if that leg kind of shakes a bit. Press through the heel. Try to relax through the shoulders. And then release it, reversing it, coming back out. Round your back, just lean back. So maybe now you're starting to feel it a little bit more. I tend to feel it in between my shoulder blades. I have scoliosis, and that's where my curve is in my spine. And so the muscles there can tend to be a bit on the weak side. And so that tends to be where I feel this one right there between my shoulder blades. Okay, next up, we're going to move again. So we're going to be here. Then we went here. The next one is to start to raise it up, but without you leaning back onto that tailbone. I want you to stay up nice and tall and just bring it up as much as you can. So from here, 2 straight, 2 bringing it up. And when I bring it up, I can actually reach a little further as I push my chest into that leg and hold, not coming back onto that tailbone, right? I'm not trying to bring my foot toward the ceiling by changing my body position. I'm trying to bring it to the ceiling through flexibility, taking the foot toward the ceiling, shoulders down. And if you can keep going and you can bring that foot up higher and you keep going, this is just where I have to stop right here. Shoulders relax, lift that heart. One more breath, big inhale. Exhale, take it down. Whew. All right, take it and shake it. And then knees down. I like to round my back here. Give myself a deeper stretch. Maybe you want to go side to side. Just to get a little counter stretch to that nice straight spine. All right, come on up tall. So now we're going to switch. So the leg comes in. The knee points directly out of the hip. We're reaching down either with your strap or your basket hands. Bringing it up, pulling that knee in, lifting your heart, tummy tight, shoulders down. And it can be difficult when you have this grip if you're sweating. Your body is slippery, so just please be aware. Be careful. Sitting up tall, release. Give it just a second. This is to allow our spine to just get a little break. So round it if you'd like. Position 2, moving into our first position. And now we're going to go ahead and straighten it. So again, maybe you need to walk it back. Maybe you need to use that strap now. Shoulders relaxed, tummies tight. Hold it here. Always think about lifting through the heart. And take it down, rounding. Whew. No matter how many times I do this, it's always in my spine. And sit up tall, shoulders down. All right, here we go. Here, to straight, to bringing it toward the ceiling. Shoulders relaxed, tummies tight. Push that chest up, not back on the tailbone. We're up on the sits bones. This knee should be pushing toward the floor. Shoulders relaxed, just breathe. One more breath, big inhale. Exhale, release, perfect. Oh, take it out, shake. Whew. And then feet down and hold on to those shins and just round and hold. Oh, it feels so good. All right, I like to get a little bit more of a release through my spine because it's still pretty tight and fatigued all at the same time. So I'm gonna scoot up and we're gonna do some roll like the balls. If you would not like to do this, you can go ahead and just hold the rounded back, or you can go ahead and come flat down. All right, so release, round, hold on to the back of those legs to come back up. We're gonna do this 4 times. 2, 3, and 4. All right, go ahead and gently come down in control. Perfect. Oh, that roll at the ball just feels so good on my spine. Let's go ahead and take those legs out straight. Take those arms overhead. And I just want you to reach with the hands, shoulder blades down, and reach with the toes and just feel this full body stretch. Hold. And release. Bending those knees, feet flat. I want you to feel that low back go into the mat. We're going to take the left leg over the right. So we're going to cross at the knees. Hands to the side. Let's go ahead and drop the legs to the right. You're going to keep the left shoulder on the mat. So if you need to, you can use a block or a stool, something that you have to hold the knee up so that you can keep this left shoulder down, but you're able to release and feel that low back relax. You don't want the low back fighting the stretch. Turn your gaze to the left. Now let's go ahead and take that head center. Pull your belly in. Lift those legs up. Keeping the legs crossed, we're now going to take them over to that left. So same thing. Whew, I'm really tight this way, so I'm going to for sure use the block here just to give my legs something to lay on until I can feel that release. On the right spot, there we go. Taking your gaze to the right. You can even just hold the block until the back stops fighting you. Mine's still fighting me a little bit, trying to relax. And then if it ever does relax, you can release the block or move it out a little bit to give you a little bit more room. Breathe. And let's go ahead and take that head center, tummy tight, lift the legs. All right, same thing, other side. So now we're going to cross the right over the left. Hands out like the T, or it can be in the cactus form too. Either one is fine. Let's go ahead and drop those legs to the left. Block if you need it. Relaxing through that low back. Gazing out to the right. Try to relax the muscles and not let them fight you. If it starts to release, you come just a little deeper. Head center, belly tight. You're going to lift the legs up. And now we're going to go ahead and take them over to that right. So dropping them to the right. Relaxing the shoulders, block if you need it. Taking your gaze to the left. And head center, tummy tight. Lift those legs. Let's go ahead and extend that right leg, take it all the way out. Extend that left, take it all the way out. You can use those heels to march that spine nice and straight. Hands come to the side of the body with the palms facing the ceiling, or they can face the body, just allowing your fingertips to curl naturally into the palm. This is Shavasana, which means final relaxation. If this position, this traditional Shavasana position, does not work for you, you're going to change positions. You can bend your knees. This allows that low back to come in. You can bend your knees with the knees into each other. You can bend the knees with the knees on the outside of the body or away from each other in reclined butterfly. If none of that works, or you're pregnant, moving on to your side, rolling to a side can be a better option for you. So go ahead and choose your Shavasana. Maybe you have a sweater you want to put on, or you have something you can place over your eyes that will help you to relax. This is when that aromatherapy really comes in handy. I'm going to walk you through this Shavasana, and I'm going to let you stay in Shavasana as long as you would like. So relaxing those shoulders down. Release the body into the mat. Relax through the fingertips. Let's close our eyes and start focusing on the breath. We're bringing our awareness back to our breathing. We're feeling that air pull in through the nose, filling up our lungs and our belly. And we're being aware as we exhale that we're pushing all of the stale air out from the very bottom of the lung. Feel that chest rise with the inhale. Feel that belly sink with the exhale. Big inhale. With this exhale, we're going to focus on relaxing. So I want you to relax the muscles through the forehead. Release the tension from around the eyes. Release the jaw. Just feel that tongue fall back. On your next exhale, walk that relaxing feeling down the neck, into the shoulders. You're feeling those shoulders melt and drop toward the mat. Big inhale. With this next exhale, you're relaxing the muscles in the chest, releasing the biceps, the triceps, the elbow. Relax the forearms and the fingertips. As we continue this exhale, we're moving from the chest down into the belly, relaxing the glutes, the hips. Continue to relax through the front of the thigh, your quads, and the back of your thigh, your hamstrings. Relax the knee, feel the kneecap just float. With this next exhale, you're continuing that relaxation, feeling down the leg, into the front of the shin, into the calf. Relax the heel, the top of the foot, all the way out through the toes. Big inhale. On this exhale, I want you to feel your body melting deeper into the mat. Just imagine you're on a warm, sandy beach and your body's just melting deeper into that warm sand. Namaste.